friends. Today we're going to talk about dusting. Now, when you dust items in your home, there are a few supplies that you can use. Sometimes if you are just simply dusting the furniture and you want to remove any lint, dust, or maybe you have pet hair, you might just want to use a duster similar to this one. Now, if you also want to dust and maybe polish your furniture, you might use a type of furniture polish similar to this one when you clean. Now, before you dust and before you ever spray anything on your furniture at home, check with your parents to make sure that it's the right product for the right surface. Sometimes if you use the wrong spray or the wrong chemical to clean something, it's going to end up ruining that piece of furniture. All right, so the first step when we dust here at school is going to be to get your supplies. So I'm going to show you how to use the duster. I'm also going to show you how to use a rag and some spray polish. After you have your materials, you need to clear off the surface. So if we're dusting this dresser, I need to take off the items that are on top. And I'm just going to set them on the counter. Maybe if you don't have a counter nearby, you could set them on the floor, or if you're dusting your living room, you could put the items behind you on the couch. But you do need to start with the surface perfectly clean. Now, the next step is to take whatever you're using to dust. So we're going to start first with our duster. So you grab that, and then you're going to start at one end of the furniture and work your way to the other. And so I'm going to place it here, and I'm just going to go back and forth across the entire surface. And you kind of got to watch what you're doing because you want to make sure that you've dusted every part of that piece of furniture. And I'm just going back and forth left to right till I get to the end. And then I have dusted that. Now, if you're going to use a spray of some kind or a dry dust rag, you would follow the same procedure for just the dry rag, back and forth across the object until every part of the surface has been cleaned. Now, if you're using a spray, there's a couple of things that you want to keep in mind. One, again, make sure that it's the correct kind of spray for the type of furniture that you plan on cleaning. Second, a lot of sprays have two sides to the can. One where the product comes out and the other side where you're going to push. Always make sure that the part where the product is going to come out is facing away from you. And you want to kind of hold it 6 to 12 inches above the surface so that when you spray it, it's going to kind of spread out, but not spread out too much, and it's going to end up on the surface that you're going to spray. So I'm going to take my spray, I'm going to shake it, then I'm going to start at one end, and I'm going to spray till I reach the other end. And I'm kind of going to go back and forth with my hand, just so I make sure that I get the whole area. All right, now this is important. If you take a look at the wood, you kind of notice the grains go a long ways. So when you clean, you're going to want to wipe in the direction of the grain. If they were going up and down, you would use an up and down motion. This grain goes left to right, so I'm going to polish or dust in the same way. So I'm going to take my rag, and it's kind of large, so I've folded it, and I'm going to place it down, and then I'm just going to wipe left to right, kind of going halfway through my first time. And then when I go to the second half of the material on the table, I'm still going to go left to right, and I'm going slow to make sure that I get the whole thing. Okay, then what I always do is I always go over it one more time to make sure I got up all the polish. So I'm just going to go in the same direction, left to right, moving down my object until I have dusted the entire thing. Okay, now finally you need to put the items back onto the table, or in this case the dresser. So I'm going to put my picture frame back, and I'm going to put my lamp back, and then you would return the dusting materials or move on to your next table or piece of furniture. All right, so remember, step 1, get your supplies. Step 2, take everything off. Step 3, either wipe with the rag or the duster or your spray and wipe. Step 4, put the items back. Step 5, put away your materials.